All right. Hi, everyone. I am Sauda from Social Hour. I just want to say thanks for being here. Today, we are recording a special session for you. It's an info session on the Last Mile Cybersecurity Scholarship, and I have Casey Koppelson with me. So, Casey, if you could just go ahead and introduce yourself, that would be amazing.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me. My name is Casey Koppelson. I'm the Associate Director of Outreach and Engagement at Last Mile Education Fund. We are a national nonprofit that closes critical gaps in financial and career support for financially vulnerable college students.
Awesome. Well, I'm very, very happy to have you here today. And hopefully, in future social hours, you guys will be able to meet Casey in real time. Okay, so let's just go ahead and hop right in. We have a couple of like FAQs for you, and Casey's going to walk us through from beginning to end what the scholarship is all about, how to apply for it, and just some best tips and practices so that you can get the most out of your experience. So Casey, really the floor is yours to kind of give an introduction to the scholarship, and then I'll be asking some follow-up questions.
Thank you. So, the Last Mile Microsoft Cybersecurity Scholarship, a little bit of backstory. It was created by Microsoft and Last Mile to help address the cybersecurity workforce shortage. And it is a program that is offering $500 in either financial assistance or cybersecurity exam costs to any community college student currently enrolled in a cybersecurity or technology related program. It's a really open scholarship. And we're in our final months of this scholarship. So we really want to get the word out to every student who might be eligible. We'll share the link so you can read more about it and how to apply, but it's a relatively short application process. And I'm also personally available for anyone who has questions on, whether they're eligible, how to apply, etc.
Awesome, cool. Okay, so that brings me to a question. So which students are eligible to apply?
Thank you. So the main criteria is that you're currently enrolled in community college. So I imagine that would be the majority of students, as that's the first thing that we would look for. And then we would look at your degree, your major area of study. So you would have to provide an unofficial transcript that shows what courses you're taking. And that's where it's a little bit of flexibility. We're primarily looking for cybersecurity, but you
Mhm.
could also be studying information technology, computer science, programming, network and system administration, data science. There are a lot of different programs, and each school has their own terminology for it, but we're looking at generally in those areas. And so, as long as you're taking those courses and you're currently enrolled per your transcript, you would be a great fit. We also accept for any high school students who are dual enrolled in community college, you would be eligible as well if you're taking those types of courses. You just need to be at least 18 years of age or older. So, high school students would also be eligible.
Cool, awesome. Actually, I thought of something in particular when you mentioned that each school has their own terminology. So just a quick tip for our MDC students. We've had students in the past who write cybersecurity adjacent on their applications, and it's worked really well. I think it's a great tip. So like if you're not in a cybersecurity major, but you're studying any technology related field here at MDC, so long as, of course, I think it's a degree seeking program or a certificate, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. So for MDC, quick tip for you students would be that you can actually just write cybersecurity adjacent or cybersecurity related program, and that would be, eligible as well. So,
Great, thank you.
what is required to apply? Like, what should students submit to apply? And then also, once they've applied, how long does it take to receive funding typically?
That's a great question. So the first step is just to visit the Last Mile website. There's a specific page for the Microsoft Cybersecurity Scholarship where you can read the eligibility and just double check that that is a fit for you. And then you click apply now to go and create your login and start your application. It will walk you through step by step of what is required, what is not. From beginning to end, the application, especially for this scholarship, is pretty minimal. It takes about 15 minutes. I would set that aside to complete it. You can do it from your phone. Ideally, you're doing it from a laptop
Mm-hmm.
because you will have to upload your unofficial transcript, like I mentioned. And you'll also need a LinkedIn profile with a publicly visible profile photo. So that's just
Mm-hmm.
something to make sure that you have set up. Otherwise, if anything is missing, it will delay the processing of your application. So you want to make sure that you're doing it all at once.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it really stretches out the time to complete. And then, yeah, to your second question, once you fill out the application, if it's complete, it could take as little as 2 weeks if we don't have to go back and ask you for additional, documents or to,
Mm-hmm.
upload your LinkedIn profile photo, things like that. So, again, I recommend to everybody try to fill it out as completely as possible your first time. We do have a team that, we have a pretty small team, but they will reach out if there's anything missing.
Okay, cool. Thank you for that. Um, I've actually had students in the past who have asked this question, and so I'm going to ask it. What is the need for the LinkedIn profile with the photo?
Hmm.
Because I know that right now most of our students are on LinkedIn, and we always recommend. So if you're watching this and you don't have a LinkedIn, please make one. Um,
Hmm.
but in terms of the application, I have had one student ask me in the past, so why do I necessarily need this? So I was curious about it.
It is one of the ways in which we verify your application to prevent duplicate applications. So I believe it is required for this application. In some other funds, we might be able to use a GitHub or other type of verification. Um, and that also, another point I just want to make, this is a one-time only scholarship. So if you have received this in the past, unfortunately, you would not be eligible for this specific scholarship from Last Mile.
Got it. Okay, no, thank you. That definitely helps clarify. And it was just a curiosity when that student asked me, I was like, I don't actually know. I think it's something like what you mentioned, but it's good to have that clarification. Okay, so next question that I have is what can the funding be used for? And what are the most common reasons why a student might be rejected from funding? I guess that's two questions.
Mhm. Yeah, so that's great question. On it, this is intended to be if you choose the financial assistance, let's say you're awarded for this, you'll have two options. You could receive financial assistance of $500, or you could receive a voucher for, let's say, a CompTIA's cybersecurity exam. The vouchers obviously can only be used for that exam cost. Like it will be a code that you can only use on that specific website. But if you choose the financial assistance option, it's, a direct deposit to you. It's intended to be used for, your short-term basic needs. It could be food, it could be rent, it could be health-related costs, transportation, car issues, laptop device. Like it's really just intended to fill in those gaps that, we know that there are a lot of cracks in the system. And so this is just like to help students who need financial assistance in, continuing their education.
That's awesome. No, that's really, it's really great. And I've had many students who have very much benefited from it. So again, make sure that you guys apply if you haven't already. And to follow, what are the most common reasons that students might be rejected from funding? Because I know that, okay, so here's the thing. 99% of my students and any students that we've ever recommended have gotten this scholarship because it is just really, really accessible. So don't feel that you don't qualify or, I mean, well, maybe if you don't, like in hard writing, but if it looks like you might qualify, just apply, right? Because you never know. And most of the students have gotten it. But for the 1% that I've seen that
Mhm.
hasn't, what are some of the reasons for that?
That's a great question. Yes, I believe MDC is our number one school.
Mhm.
It's like a tight race. Um, but yes, the number one reason would be if a student has received it before. That happens quite a bit. So yeah, if you wouldn't be eligible if you've received this scholarship in the past.
Mhm.
If your application is incomplete, and we ask you multiple times for additional documentation, you don't provide them, unfortunately, we would have to reject your application. So you just have to keep, an eye out for any emails from the student awards team if they're asking for clarification or additional documentation. It can delay or it can cause your application to ultimately be rejected if we just don't have an unofficial, let's say your transcript doesn't have your name on it,
Mhm.
and we need, some other type of documentation. Um, you know, we ask that you respond in a certain number of days, otherwise we'd have to reject your application.
Okay, completely understandable. And if students have questions about their applications, where should they go? What's the best place?
Yeah, so this we have a really comprehensive student FAQs page on the Last Mile website that answers a lot of questions about the application process, the disbursement of your payment, all of those types of things. But if you
Mm-hmm.
have a specific technical issue or, a question about your specific application, you can email our student awards team, and I can include that email in this transcript. And we have a really small team, so it might take up to 10 days to receive a reply. That's again
Mm-hmm.
why we're trying to get everyone to apply as soon as possible. In case there are any issues, we can make sure that we get you covered before the final deadline.
Absolutely. And so just to make sure, this is a one-time scholarship. You can only apply once. I mean, you can apply more than once, but you will only get it once. Um, and just want to clarify that. Okay. So I was wondering before we end, would it be possible to just do a quick overview of the website? I do have the screen sharing capabilities on. So you could probably take a second if you're, fine with it, and maybe just
Mhm.
do a quick overview of what it looks like if the student is now pulling up the website for the first time. How do they navigate to the scholarship, and where do they go to apply? And just whatever else that you think might be useful, maybe even showing the FAQ page that you mentioned as well. That would be so appreciated.
I am happy to do that. So let's
Awesome.
see if I can share my screen.
Yeah, I just thought about it.
Um, See that. Sorry. Like,
No, you're good. I literally just thought about it, so take your time, don't worry.
here we go.
Hmm.
Okay. So you should see in a moment.
I see it.
Um, when you go, this is the landing page for the Microsoft Cybersecurity program. So this is the primary one that we will share, with everyone on this call. You'll see it
Mhm.
shared in emails, etc. But if for some reason you go to the Last Mile main website, this is
Yes.
what you would see first. If you're a student, you would click on students, um, and then you would look for the apply button to get, which is kind of down here somewhere. Um, yeah, so start your application is where you would go to apply. And or under the main page, under the drop down menu, there's an apply button there as well.
Hmm.
So it's also on the Microsoft landing page. This is where you'll find all of the relevant information about what you would receive, who is eligible for
Hmm.
Microsoft, etc. So I really try to drive everyone here for information, as well as the apply button. Once you click apply, it'll take you to our student portal to create a login and start the application process. I won't walk through that now, but it's pretty straightforward, and it should,
Hmm.
everything that you would need to upload is required there. The student FAQs page is also under students. So this is where you'll find all of the questions about, funding, disbursement of payment, etc. A lot of this might be there's more information than you need here because it covers all of our funding, which and covers a lot of four-year students. But if you are, for example, thinking of transferring to a four-year program, definitely check out Last Mile because there might be other funding opportunities that are relevant for you.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, no, thank you so much for walking us through. Really, really appreciate your time. And I just want to say I'm excited to see you at a live social hour, and I'm sure all the students will be as well. For you guys, MDC students, the goal is that I should have mentioned the goal in the beginning of the video, but uh, the goal is pretty much for you to have this video as a reference point that you can sort of go back and forth and move around and find the parts that are relevant to you. If you find any questions that come to your mind after watching this video, please feel free to reach out to me. So I will have my contact information in the message that this video is going to be sent out from. So just feel free to reach out anytime. And then of course, the last mile scholarship information will also be in the same message and in the video as well. And yeah, I just want to say thank you guys so much. Thank you, Casey,
Thank
and
you so much for having me. I
see you
appreciate it.
soon.
Thank you.